At Celerant, we're excited to announce the newest version of Cumulus Retail is now available, version 268. The new version is full of new features and third-party integrations. But in this video, we'll look at just a few of the newest features. But first, let's highlight some of the new partners and third-party integrations that Cumulus now offers. We partnered with One Shop Retail, who offers a clienteling app to help our retailers with upsell opportunities. We've also partnered and integrated with the NPD group, in which participating retailers get access to valuable benchmark reporting in exchange for sharing their sales data anonymously from our point of sale. For the ski industry, we have a new partnership with the SSL group, Sports Specialist Limited. They're a buying group specific to the ski industry, and we're now their recommended e-commerce and point of sale provider. We've also expanded upon our NILS integration, and so for ski retailers, we now offer the NILS online feed for e-commerce as well as dropship. For the pet industry, we integrate now with Sunburst Pet Supplies, in which we can offer a catalog import at the point of sale and automated purchasing. For hobby shops, we now integrate to Horizon Hobby, in which we offer the catalog import at the point of sale, and coming soon, we'll have the online feed for e-commerce. And lastly, for the sportsman industry, we have new distributor partners such as Sportsman Supply, Bangers, and Amchar, where we offer the catalog import at the point of sale, the automated ordering, the online feed for e-commerce, the in-store kiosks, and for Sportsman Supply, we offer dropship. And we have a new third-party integration to an online marketplace called Weapon Depot, which is specific as well to the sportsman industry. So now let's take a look at some of the new features in version 268. To review all the features, you can visit your client site and download the full release notes.
What we're going to cover is going to be the Roundup donation feature. What this feature allows is for a sales associate at the point of sale to be prompted at the end of the transaction before they take payment in order to ask the customer, would you like to round up to the nearest dollar, or would you like to add on an additional amount for a donation purpose? So to do this, there's a little bit of setup involved. So from the back office main menu, if you go under the sale tracking and then under the setup options, you have a donation templates. The benefit of the donation templates is that you can set up multiple templates. You can only use one at the point of sale at a time, but it allows you to set up multiple ones that you can flip it throughout the season, whether you're doing a holiday one or a back to school one or just a standard donation. It gives you that flexibility to be able to make the change quickly. So what we'll look at is you can either click on new or you can click on edit at an existing one. So I'm going to go ahead and look at a current one. So this is my standard donation prompt. So what it does is it just gives me a label that I can see, identify what it was, and then the donation name. This is what will actually show up on the prompt to the sales associate. So they're basically prompted, would you like to donate to cancer research or to Toys for Tots or whatever donation that you're looking to donate towards. From there, you also have the option to do a roundup. So that would be the concept where, my sale is, my total is going to be, $94.95, and I can round up 5 cents to donate. Or you can also create denominations. So in this case, I have a $1 denomination, a $5, and a $10. I can also change the order of those as well by simply clicking on the add or remove button, and that gives me my option to enter in the donate order and the value. So once you have it set up, the template set up, you can go ahead and save that. Now you have the template available. So we're going to go ahead and close out of here, return back to the back office main menu. The next step is going to be to turn it on at the point of sale. So to do that, what you do is, again, from the back office master menu, you would click under admin, and then you would go under system config, And if you go under the point of sale tab, you can scroll down, and we have the option to prompt POS for donations. So that turns this feature on, and then it also asks you what template do you want to use. So again, this is where we talked about, you might change it up during the holiday season, so you can set up a different one versus your standard one. So you can have that capability to change it periodically. So mine's already set up for the standard donation. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of the screen. And that basically is what it takes to set up the actual donation prompt. Once you have that, then we're going to go ahead and flip over to the point of sale. So at the point of sale, what you do is your normal sale. We go ahead and enter in the item, perform any other discounts or anything like that. So now you can see here my total due is $37.57. So once you click on pay, you can see here I can click on the nearest dollar, so that's going to round up to the nearest dollar, which would in this case would be $38. I can select a $1 donation, a $5 donation, or a $10 donation. Again, this is all configurable based off of what you want to do. Maybe you want to have a $50 or a $20. Maybe you only want to have the nearest. Maybe you want to have nearest or 5. So it's all configurable, and you can see here that the sales associate will be prompted with, would you like to make a donation to cancer research? This is the name that you've defined in the template itself. So maybe during the holiday season, they would, would you like to donate during, for Toys for Tots or something along those lines. So again, this is all configurable. So if the customer says, yes, I'd love to round up, then you can click on nearest. If I wanted to add in $1, $5, $10, I can do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on donate. And you can see here my total sale now is $38. So I can go through my normal process. I can pay, complete the transaction. And then if I want to print or email, I can print, email, or both of the receipt, or no print if I wanted to. So if I would print the receipt, and the receipt would print with the donations amount included in there. So at this point, what we've done now is we've gone ahead and we've set up the donation templates. We've turned it on at the point of sale. We've started taking donations from customers. Now comes the point of reporting on those donations. What is it that I've taken that I need to allocate for whatever donation, whatever charitable organization that you're working with? So at that point, what you can do is you can go under the the Cumulus back office, and from here you can go under sale tracking. And then you can look at the receipts list. This is a list that's going to give you what receipts or transactions have taken place at the point of sale. So if I go ahead and I can select based off of various filter components. So I'm going to go ahead and filter on for today. And at this point, then I'm going to look here. This is the one that we just entered in. It has a $38 total. So I can scroll to the right. And what you'll see here is you'll see the donation column. Or if I go down to the bottom, I'll see the total here at the bottom as well. So this tells me that as of today, right now, I've had 43 cents in donations. The other thing that you can do is that you can look at the receipt, and you'll be able to also see that there was a donation of 43 cents in this transaction. Feature that we're going to talk about in Release 268 is the masking of the gift card. So what we've done is at the point of sale, when you sell a gift card, the last 4 digits will now print. That's all that will print, whether you're selling the gift card or redeeming the gift card on the actual receipt printout. So basically what will happen is that when you go through the process, you're able to sell a gift card. So from here, we're going to go under transaction type, and I'm just going to go ahead and sell a gift card. And we'll go ahead and put in the gift card number. We'll sell it for $25. Add the gift card to the point of sale. So you can see here it does show you the gift card number that was entered in. And then when I go through the process of clicking on pay, I can either, if I'm configured to set up for donation roundup, I can either include a donation, or I can bypass that. So I'm going to go ahead and select my tender option, click on pay, complete the transaction, and now when I print the receipt, you see here that the gift card number has been masked with just the last 4 digits. This will also be true for when you redeem a gift card. So if I go through the process of redeeming a gift card, and then I go through the pay process, and we look at the gift card. Go ahead and pay. So that gift card had $25 remaining on it. So now I'm going to pay the remaining balance with cash. And now when I print the receipt, the gift card number has been masked, that all you see is the last 4 digits of the gift card. So the next feature we're going to cover in the 268 release is going to be the ability to set the due dates, or the invoice due date based off the net number of days through the receiving log. So the overall flow is going to require you first to have a purchase order and receive that purchase order. I'm going to go ahead from the back office screen. I'm going to go ahead and go under the new at once receiving and do this all in one step. So I can come in here, enter in the vendor, and then come down, find an item, and I can select multiple items. And what I'll do is I'll just go through the process of add a few items on here. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up to the top. I'll print or save the at once receiving. It'll print out my receiving statement of everything that I just received, as well as prompt me if I have it turned on to print the price tags. Once the receiving takes place, then we add a record into the receiving log. So if I go under the receiving log and look at today, I can see here this was the receiving that I just created. So the next step of the process is, once you receive the invoice from the vendor, you're able to come in here, click on action, and enter invoice and credit. So you're able to enter in the invoice number. You can select the date. You can enter in any freight that there might have been. And then you can also now enter in the net number of days for the due date. So if you look here, if I say 30, you can see here the due date has been updated to April 1st. Once I have that populated, if I actually come back into this and look at the invoice with the credit number, the net due days of 30 is still set. The due date is still set as April 1st. In this section, what we're going to talk about is the new inventory adjustment report that's available from the back office main menu under reporting, under the reporting menu option. This will give you a list of predefined reports. You'll see here, notice down here, there's an inventory adjustments report group, in which case there's an inventory adjustment report. So you can now run this report. This will give you a list of all your adjustments that have taken place. You can set the date range as needed, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave it for this year. And at this point, the report will give me my adjustment reasoning. So these are all categories that I've created. I can expand that and look to see exactly what items and what quantity were either adjusted in or adjusted out. So I can see here different items were adjusted for different reasons. So that's going to be the out-of-the-box report. If you've purchased the Report Designer add-on, you can actually take this and you can customize it and add additional filtering as needed. So the report designer is accessed from the main menu under reporting, report designer. So I can select for a specific inventory adjustment report type, or I can create a new one. So at this point, I can go ahead and create my own report, the report name, and then select the report type of inventory adjustment. I can go with unlimited columns, or I can have set columns. At this point, then I can set the advanced features. I have the adjustment date, and then I can go through based off of the date range that I want. So I'll go ahead and use this year as the date range. You'll be able to select your stores. And now you have the attributes. So your attributes now include the adjustment reason. If you wanted to, if you remember on the out-of-the-box report, we only had just the product and the description on there. We can actually include brand. We can include description 1, description 2, who the employee was that made the adjustments, just a lot more additional attributes depending on what it is you're looking for. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and that description. So once I continue on to the next screen, that's going to give me my list of metrics. So again, looking at the canned report, we had the inventory adjustment quantity, the adjust in quantity, and adjust out quantity. We can actually do adjust in at cost at retail. We can do adjust out at cost at retail. The net adjust cost, quantity, and retail. Continue on to the next. You can set your groupings as need be. Go to the next. This will give you everything, how you're going to be aggregating the data. Click on next. This gives you the ability to do the various filters. So at this point, I'd be able to filter on, various options. Maybe I only want to look at inventory adjustment ins versus outs. Maybe I wanted to only look at a particular brand, particular employee. So that's where these filters come into play. Click on next. You can restrict who has access to this. Maybe it's just more of a managerial type report. And then once you're done, you can go through and you can click on preview. And you can see here that, again, it's a very similar report, but a few more information in terms of, you have your description is on there. I could have added brand. Could also have, breaking it out by cost as well as retail. And then I also have the net adjust quantity, cost, and retail values. The next thing that we're going to be covering is going to be the consignment module. This is a paid add-on, but once you have this paid add-on, this new feature of automatically updating the cost based off the actual selling price is now available in release version 2.6.8. So in order to accomplish this, you'd go under the service module to enter in the consignment. If you go under the consignment menu, so from the consignment menu, you're able to enter in an intake. The intake is geared towards clients that would like to get the customer in and out the door, where the customer is dropping off a box of merchandise to be priced in, or bags, so you can go through the intake process if you want. Otherwise, you can go directly into the price in. The price in is where somebody with knowledge of the merchandise that you're taking in on consignment understands and knows what price rates to be charging. So from here, what you do is you go ahead and click on New Price In, and that'll bring up the consignment entry screen. At this point, I can go ahead and find a customer, create a new customer. So I'm going to go ahead and just find an existing customer. This particular customer is in good standing. So the next step is going to be creating that consignment item. So if I go in through the process of add item, I can select the desired classification. So at this point, I'm going to go here, can enter in the brand. I'm going to go ahead and set the price at $100, so you'll be able to see. And then what we can do is we can just give the description. So we can say, so we have a custom necklace that we're making. If I wanted to add in any additional options, I can. Otherwise, I can go through the process, click on Save. So you can see here that the item is created. If I go down, you'll see my system's configured to show to have an 80% credit rate for consignment. So whether you want it in trade credit or cash credit, they're both configured for 80%. Therefore, if I sell the item for $100, I would give the customer, the consignor, $80. Once I'm done, I can go ahead and click on Save Complete. It'll print out the consignment agreement, and then it comes back to the entry screen. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here, and then I'm going to jump back over to the back office. So if I go under the product management from the back office, under products, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up that item that I just created. So this is the necklace I created. If I go and edit that, you'll notice down here, the price is set for $100. The cost is set at 0. The reason for that is because as a consignment item, I didn't actually take ownership at this point, so there's really no cost associated with it at this point. So if I go out of here, I can also look at the customer. So if I go under customers, it's customer list screen. And bring up the customer that was the consignor, edit that customer. I can come down here, look at their buy trade, and I can see here they don't have any available credits or cash credits for consignment. So the next step then is to be able to sell the item. So if I come to the point of sale and I go ahead and sell the item, you can see here I had it brings up for $100. What I can do is, let's say a customer haggles a little bit and we end up coming to agreement that we take 15% off. So I can go through the process of change price, give them 15% off. We'll get all the customer service discount. Still within the range that the consignor and myself have agreed to. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this transaction. And you can see here the price is $85. I'm not going to round up. We'll go ahead and cash out. Click on No Print. So now if I come back to the product screen, so I'm jump back to the back office, edit the product, go down, you'll see here the cost now is $68. That's based off of the selling price, which was $85. So 80% of 85 is $68. Now if I go out of here, jump back over to my customers, look at the customer who is the consignor. I can come down, look at their buy, trade, and consign. See here they have a credit for $68. So it automatically updated the credit based off the actual selling price of $85. Scroll back up. And one other place that I'll see this change is under the sales tracking under merchandise sold. So if I go ahead and bring up that item that I just sold, and this is the item. If I scroll over to the right, you'll see here my unit cost of goods sold is $68 as well. So basically, what happens is that it's looking at it when the consignment item is sold, it's looking at the actual selling price and then going throughout and updating the records so that the proper cost is being recorded on the product, proper cost is being recorded on the cost of goods sold, again, as well as on the consignor's credit.
Those are just some of the many new features that are now made available to you in the latest version of Celerant software. We encourage all of our Celerant clients to log into your client portal, download the full release notes, Review everything that's now available in the latest version, and at your convenience, email updates@celerant.com to schedule the update for your retail business.